Hey everyone, I have still been getting questions on staging, so I wanted to use some specific examples from some students in the course that are in my Facebook group. I'm using their photos. I'm going to break down exactly what I do and don't like about their staging and what may help it sell quicker. So here we go, let's dive in. Here is the first one. So looking at this, I think this is actually really well done. My only critique would be that the top left, it almost looks like something's hanging off. I think you could probably do without one or two of the things on the very top. Maybe even stick to one plant instead of two. Less is more in a lot of situations, but overall this one is really, really good. Keep in mind, I have made so many mistakes when staging furniture. Looking back, some of them are really cringy. So don't think I'm perfect when I give tips on this. I'm just giving advice. The main problem with this one is the backdrop. It looks almost like you're moving, which is going to lead people to think you are willing to take a lower price because you are in a hurry to get rid of it. Also, due to the lighting, there are streaks on the mirror and you can see some of the wrinkles in the wallpaper. Not a huge deal. Just obviously, I would recommend smoothing out the wallpaper before selling. But a lot of the issues, so to speak, with furniture is just lighting. So streaks and things like that can become a lot more apparent in bad lighting. So I would really recommend just working on lighting for a piece like this. Again, this one is not bad at all either. My main thing is the tall vase on the left is a lot of height that almost takes up a lot of space. So I would either recommend putting that in the very middle or removing it all together. And it also looks like you have two different colored candles. I would just mix it up a little bit in terms of the decor you're using. I've been told it's better to stage it inside, but I obviously don't do that, so I can't expect y'all to either. My main thing here would be the rug. So there are bumps in the rug, which just kind of takes the eye away from the furniture, and it's a little bit of a distracting pattern. I wouldn't really recommend it because the first thing you want your viewers to see is the furniture, not the decor, not the rug, not the backdrop. So really focus on how can I make this piece pop more than everything around it. Love, love, love this one. I love the background with it. The main thing is the background is very light and the piece is very light, so it doesn't really pop. I would recommend either doing a darker background or a darker piece with this kind of color scheme. The decor is really, really good. If anything, maybe a little less on one of the sides, but I love the hanging on the wall, the mirror hanging on the wall. I love overall, this is just really, really well done. Again, on this one, the first thing you want to see is the furniture. And I think it does a really good job. The contrast is really pretty. But immediately my eyes went up to the wall. There's a lot on the wall. And it's a really cute accent wall. But you're not selling the accent wall. You're selling the furniture. So I would recommend just cropping this a little more and going down. But overall, I really like it. Just keep in mind you want different angles as well when selling. The top two mistakes I see people make are using too much decor and using styles that don't match the style of the dresser. In this case, I'm kind of liking it though. I like the contrast of the rug, which is more modern, and the antique mirror above. As you notice though, the decor on the right kind of disappears. There's not really a need for it. In all honesty, I don't think this piece really needs anything on the top of the dresser. The rug adds a little bit of a pop. The mirror adds some accent on top, although the mirror may need to be a little bit bigger. And the angle you're at doesn't really need decor because you can't really see the decor, and the plant's kind of bushy and big. So those are just my thoughts, but overall this is really, really well done too. Believe it or not, this is one of the pictures I used to sell one of my very first pieces of furniture. You're supposed to do the front, the side, the back, all that kind of thing, especially if the back is usable. So in this case, you can see the paint where I painted it. You can see extension cords and plugs and all sorts of things. I really didn't take this seriously, and I probably could have made more money had I. So I really recommend being cautious about not showing the paint because you don't want people to think that you just finished painted this or you just slopped on some paint to cover up some damage. So I would just make sure that it's staged really professionally and hide all of the DIY stuff. Hopefully this helps in terms of staging. Again, the main mistakes I see people make are using decor that doesn't match the style of the furniture. For instance, I have pampas grass up there. Pampas is great for modern, boho, Art Deco, really a lot of things. So that's a lot more flexible over here. Can't zoom in. Over here, I have little like gray statue men, very modern, would not really look good with a boho look or farmhouse at all. So kind of keeping in mind, making sure it stages. And again, the main thing to remember is what am I selling? I'm selling furniture. I'm not selling a rug. I'm not selling the decor on top. So don't overdo it and don't let anything distract from it in a good or a bad way. You don't want your decor to look better than the furniture, and you don't want your ground or the backdrop to look worse than the furniture because that's where your eyes are going to go. So hopefully this helps, kind of seeing examples of the good and the bad and the right in between where people can improve. Hopefully it helps. And always you can post your pictures on the Facebook group and allow other people to weigh in and see like, hey, this is where my eyes went instead of the furniture, so you can improve for the future.